to comment on YouTube.
YouTube's a lot better at fielding that stuff. So no, when we did Zoom and made the Zoom information public, we had issues. So that's why it's either private Zoom or public.
No,
Nice. Can you it down? Do you need to? Or?
Okay, very good. This is Eric's sister.
Until and Jerry was so. It's a question for I've been here, but
I'm just getting away from his son. So bad today. You know, I've been wearing them.
I don't want to.
You know, yesterday
we all know I thought about posting that.
I knew that I was okay. But,
You know, it just
That's it.
didn't know how to say it. It was so hot. See, this has I suppose I could do it.
It's just so great.
Still appropriate.
Eric should be coming to you.
Your boss called me last night.
Okay. I knew he was. I told him not to start.
No, it was lovely. It was very nice. And he told me to tell you that he take some time off of work. That he's fine with that.
Thanks for saying that in front of me, Lisa.
What?
Thank you for saying that in front of me.
Yeah, it's very much so. Very much so. She said yesterday. I just want to keep my He was new to everybody was. I actually have a video. The day in our Happy Day indictment day. Oh yeah. Mom told Dad that Trump was indicted.
You took a video.
I took the second time. I said, Dad, that's so that was the happy celebrate it.
Yeah. She's the rabbi.
I haven't met, even though it's my shul. For Sarah born, she called before she called Mom, and she sent a message with this Rabbi Sarah. Yeah, Teresa's there. So your house is up for sale.
No, so all those people are just out at like, no,
Doesn't she?
Yes, it's coming out just 2 years ago. That's the mom wanted us to go out.
Rachel.
Hey, Eric, how are you?
Brown is very
Yes.
unstable.
Celebrate. Absolutely. So there are a lot of, everybody wanted to come. Made a mistake. Eric will be on track. So it's
Look to see what it's doing. There's a brochure that says
Careful.
what did you call this?
Judge Carras. How are you? He's stuck with that for life. Yeah. I don't get to call him anymore.
Yes, you do. I do.
Well, that's a different deal. She has a whole
Something's related to
can
the
of
class. Can you move to the right? That's mine.
Oh, it's yours. Okay.
Can you move to the right a couple steps and then go forward? I'm gonna bring the chair to you. Okay, that's perfect. So.
Pretty much behind.
That's the only person that we don't. Very good.
Just straight back. Straight back.
Stand over the cross.
Mom back.
Stand.
You got it.
Mom back. What are you doing, Eric?
I'm back at the state treasurer.
Really?
Back at the state treasurer. With Davey on. Really? Excellent. Deputy state treasurer. And that and $3 and I'll get you a cup of coffee.
Do you like what you're doing?
They'd be fine. Everybody.
If everyone wants to come in.
Nobody.
Thank you. And that's it.
This is what she likes to eat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save this share. Hi, Marge.
Guy named Davey.
Oh.
He used to be a state rep. Yeah.
Funerals are. Yeah.
When you want to say right behind you, right in front of you. Margie. How are you?
I'm good.
How are you?
Is that all right?
Oh. Yeah, stand under.
Going to.
Just talking to each other. I will be. Excuse me, just.
They don't have as much gear around. Sorry. We saw it in New York. We realized it. Because you don't need to do it. Barely.
I don't usually say it. So what is in a funeral, but I kind of feel like
Sure. Oh, yeah.
I look at you two together.
Yeah. Yeah, we really want to, like so many other things in our world.
Very strong.
Oh, how are you?
I'm showing this like sort of underselling the event. Well, thank you. If you want to come over, we could begin with Priya, just something to, otherwise it might become Shiva soon.
That's nice. And
you're gonna, because you're a child, put it on your left side.
Well, I would definitely.
But you're gonna put it on the right side.
She didn't tell you.
I'm not. Oh, you got it. Good. Nice. Hi. Very, I don't know.
Yeah.
You can just.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, right, recovered. I suppose I should be wearing my mask. Tuesday. It's not that prepared We also had
Your doctor said,
Yeah, maybe.
I could, yeah.
everyone, the service has begun. Friendly reminder to silence your cell phone. Please don't hesitate to take a seat. I have umbrellas.
This is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made and free. I went walking that river of highway. I saw me that endless skyway. Saw below me that golden patch. This land was made for gravity. This land is your land. This land is mine, from California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made to rest. I roved and rambled, I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of the diamond desert. All around me, your voice was sounding. This land was made for gravity. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream wall, this land was made for gravity. When the sun comes shining, then I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving, the those clouds within. The voice came chanting, and the fog was lifting. This land was safe and peace. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the Gulf War. This land was made.
Welcome. I'm Rabbi Sarah Shulman from the Hebrew Educational Alliance. On behalf of Eitan Cantor, myself, Rabbi Sarah Gilbert, who couldn't be with us today, Rabbi Grunwald, and all of us, I'd like to welcome you here today to honor the incredible life and memory of Jerry Weil. Particularly want to reach out today to his beloved wife, Nancy, to his children, Lisa, David, and Carla, who have shared with me such beautiful memories and are going in a true Jewish way from joy to sadness. Much of the other family was so close to Jerry and Nancy, but is not here in person today because over the weekend was the wedding of Jerry's niece. And very much true to his spirit and values and kindness, Nancy and him didn't want to take away at all from the joy of his niece's simcha by drawing in the rest of the family. So Lisa, Nancy, David, and Carla have decided also, in order to include Rabbi Gilbert and more of their beloved Greeley community, to have another memorial service at a later date with the rest of the family, but many of them are joining us on the live stream today. Today we have people here from Denver and Greeley and all over, which represents the influence that Dr. Jerry Weil had in so many different communities, so many ripples through his service, his kindness, and his love. We'll continue with our service here with Psalm 23.
Adonai roi lo efsar, v'hino tesheyar bitzeni, al mei menuchot yena'aleini. Nafshi yeshoveh, nafshi yeshoveh, yarecheni b'nei tzedek leman shemo. Amekiyele begeit alamavet. Oh, irara, iyata imadi, shivetecho, umishantecha, shivetecha, umishantecha, ema yenachamuni, taroch lefanai shulchan, taroch lefanai shulchan, taroch lefanai shulchan, neged tzorerai, bishanta v'shemen roshi, shanta v'shemen roshi, bishanta v'shemen roshi, ושבתי בבית אדוני, ושבתי בבית אדוני ליום ימים.
Adonai is my shepherd, I shall not want, giving me repose in green meadows, leading me beside the still waters to revive my spirit, guiding me on the right path, for that is God's essence. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no harm, for you are with me. Your staff and your rod comfort me. You prepare a banquet for me in the presence of my foes. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and kindness shall be my portion all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of Adonai forever. Ben Zoma teaches in the 4th chapter of Mishnah Pirkei Avot, Ezehu Chacham, Halomed Mikol Adam. Who is wise? One who learns from every person. Dr. Jerry Weil was a man of service and a man of learning. He learned from everyone and mentored many because he treated each and every person with dignity, respect, and kindness. He taught his beloved children, Carla, David, and Lisa, the lesson that with more power and experience comes even greater responsibility to respect others. Jerry was born in 1931 in Germany into a large family with 8 brothers and sisters. His family owned a shoe business, which they were forced to sell to escape the Nazis. He learned from his childhood the values of family and hard work. Jerry moved to Minneapolis in 1937 at the age of just 7. While on the boat ride over to America, his sister Marion taught him to read and write. His father died just 2 years after they arrived, making Jerry the man of the household at a very young age. In partnership with his mother and sister, Jerry had to learn how to raise himself. Using his brilliant analytical mind, Jerry learned many different trades while growing up and kept careful records of all his various jobs, down to how much he made in each of them, financially and otherwise. As he grew older, he would put his scientific aptitude to the test by coming up with a host of inventions that were admirably always rooted in his values, such as a seatbelt or solar panels well before their time. Jerry moved to Colorado to attend University of Colorado in Boulder for medical school, where he met his beloved wife, Nancy. Nancy and Jerry were set up on a blind date by a friend. Nancy recalls being double belted into the car with him on the first date by a seatbelt device that, of course, Jerry had invented himself to make the car safer. So Jerry, little did they know that they would become buckled for life. Just a few weeks after that first date, Nancy and Jerry got engaged, and then 4 months later, they were married, sharing a commitment to each other formed out of a deep bond of respect. Through 68 years of marriage, Jerry would light up when Nancy walked into the room. After completing medical school, Jerry served in the U.S. Air Force as a physician for 2 years in Ohio. Eventually, he and Nancy settled in their Greeley, where Jerry worked as a pathologist at Weld County General Hospital. Though the couple had only planned to stay in Greeley for a year or so, instead, they made a life in the Greeley community, and the community truly benefited from their presence. In addition to working diligently in the lab as a pathologist, Jerry taught and mentored many, many students through the School of Medical Technology. As Dr. Rick Kent, one of his mentees, reflected, Dr. Weil is the gold standard for pathologists. Jerry was a gifted mentor and at the forefront of bringing in new technology into medicine. All those inventions of his childhood paid off. Throughout his career, Jerry remained always, though, a family man. He was very close with his immediate family, as well as with his grandchildren, cousins, nieces, nephews, and extended family, many of whom are joining us on the live stream today. It brought Jerry so much joy to get down and play with his grandchildren. He always had a witty sense of humor that would keep others on their toes and a patience that was contagious for those around him. Jerry had many passions: cars, lots of cars, music, and politics, lots of politics among them. Remembering names, maybe not so much, but he made up with that with many other strong qualities. Jerry's kindness shone through in everything he did, from practicing medicine to treating each of his caregivers with thoughtfulness up until the end of his life. After retiring from medicine in 1995, he turned his energies towards his family and community service. Based in his love for reading to his own children and grandchildren, Jerry launched a children's gift book program in the Weld County Health Department in the Weil Child Clinic. He served on several boards and was the president of a synagogue, Beth Israel Congregation. Nancy and Jerry have been active members of the Greeley Jewish community for many years. As they said, we're a small community, and that means you need to show up. And they did. They always did. Jerry was always proud of his Jewishness, and the ethical side of Judaism was deeply ingrained in him. Jerry Weil lived a long and loving 91 years of life with Nancy by his side. Even when his health declined in the last several years, he never lost his kind and caring nature. He was a doctor for everyone, checking lumps and bumps on congregants at Friday night services and diving into research to support his grandchildren's medical needs. He leaves behind a legacy of healing and humor, love and learning, but perhaps above all else, kindness to everyone. I'd like to conclude by sharing some words sent to me by Rabbi Sarah Gilbert of the Greeley Jewish Community and Beth Israel Congregation. She writes, I extend my appreciation to Rabbi Shulman for bringing care and comfort. I'm traveling and so regret that I cannot be with you to bring my sympathy and hugs in person. Jerry and Nancy are among the pillars of our Beth Israel community. And even more, the gracious kindness and warmth they've always extended to Michael and me has meant a very great deal personally. I will miss Jerry so much. Blessings for comfort to all the Wiles and everyone who loves Jerry. May Jerry Weil's memory and teachings be a source of enduring blessing to your family and to all who loved him. May he now rest in peace. May God bring comfort to those who mourn, and let us say, Amen.
Shalom Divroma. Uyase Shalom Aleinu. Ei Alko Israel. Eilu. Say Shalom Divroma. Uyase Shalom Aleinu. Ei Alko Israel. Yase Shalom, Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Yako Yisrael. Yase Shalom, Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Yako Yisrael.
In the Talmud, we learn that we should all carry 2 slips of paper in our pocket at any time. And on one of them, it should say, I am but dust and ashes, because all of us come from the earth and return to the earth. And on the other one, it should say, the world was created for me. Now we're going to, in some ways, merge those 2 ideas by honoring the life and memory of our beloved Jerry, by bringing him to his final resting home back in the earth. This is one of the most important mitzvot that we can do as people. Chesed, shel emet, love for the deceased, because it is not one that can be reciprocated. There's nothing that our beloved Jerry can do in return. So we will take a moment now to lower the casket and to say our final goodbyes. And then we will help to complete the mitzvah by putting dirt upon the casket once it's lowered. It's a custom to show our reluctance to bury our beloved by turning over the shovel to make it be less effective on the first shovelful of dirt, and then adding a few shovelfuls in after that, and placing the shovel back in the dirt so each following person can also complete the mitzvah. So we will lower the casket now, and then we'll first invite up the family, and then after that, anyone else in the community who would like to help us with this mitzvah.
President of the United States and a grateful nation. This flag is presented to you and in honor of Jerry's service in the armed forces of the United States. His holy prophet, his memory be blessed. Amen.
Shamayim v'aretz
Please, I invite you to, anyone who feels comfortable to join us up here. Invite the family to stand as you're able to, as we recite Mourner's Cottage, reach the point of transitioning into time of mourning. And as you've held one another through these last few days, I know you will hold one another just as we will hold all of you through this next phase of grief ahead. Mourner's Cottage. Kadal Kadash Meraba Yalma Dibra Fuse Yami Fuse Nezai Fon Yomekon Aye Defoles Israel Bagawa Isman Kari Vibru Amen Rabba Yolam Sarah Ishtava Ishvar Amen. Ose Shalom Israel. Yaseh Shalom. Hallelujah. Kol Yisrael. Amen. Now recite the El Malay, the memorial.
אמצנו כנפונה תחת כנפי השכינה במעלות קדושים וטהורים וכזוהר הרקיע מסירי את נשמע דוד בן יוג'ין שהלך לעולמו בגן עדן מנוחתו אנא בעל הרחמים אז תראו בסתר כנפיך ליולמים צרור בצרור החיים את נשמתו אדוני נחלתו ינוח בשלום על משכבו ונאמר
Exalted, compassionate God, grant infinite peace in your sheltering presence among the holy and pure to the soul of Jerry Weil, David Ben Eugene, who is gone to his eternal home. Merciful One, we ask that our loved one find perfect peace in your eternal embrace. May his soul be bound up in the bond of life. May he rest in peace, and let us say, Amen. The family will be observing Shiva back in Greeley tonight, 6:30 to 8:30. Do you have any visitation hours you want to add to that, or do you want people to come right at 6:30? Okay, come at 6:30. They'll be doing services there tonight. I would just ask, be mindful of the family being able to go to bed and get some sleep at some point. That'll be at Nancy's house, 7521 Plateau Road, Greeley, Colorado, 80634. And tonight only, is that correct? I want to thank everyone for coming down from Greeley and from throughout Denver. And for those on the live stream that were able to join us today to remember and honor Jerry and his family. What we are going to do now is escort the family out. So I invite us all to make 2 lines. And where's the limo? We kind of came in different vehicles, huh? Just one car. Just the van? The one in front of the van. We'll be escorting them to any car that you wish them to. Taking a ride home. Is there a Tesla? We'll be escorting them, and in the symbolism of accompanying them on this journey. And they'll share, for those of you that are in Greeley, I'm sure they'll share more information about when a follow-up memorial service will be following. Thanks again for everyone for joining us today. So please go ahead and stand up. We'll make 2 lines to escort them out. As you say the words, Hamakom Yenechem, Yenechem, V'tov Sha'ar, Avalei Tzion, V'Yerushalayim. God is with us whenever and wherever needed. May God comfort you and all who have mourned for Zion and Jerusalem.